Thanks for staying with us. Now, about a month after submitting the 27.5 trillion naira 2024 budget proposal, the President, Bola Tinubu, signed the 28.78 trillion naira 2024 budget into law at the State House, Abuja, with an increase of 1.2 trillion naira. Now, speaking at the signing of the bill, the President assured Nigerians that the implementation of this budget will be efficiently pursued and vigorously monitored. According to him, the budget is a budget of renewed hope. It is anchored on reducing the deficit and increasing capital expenditure, particularly in our priority areas. And these priority areas include defense and internal security, job creation, macroeconomic stability, improved investment environment, human capital development, poverty reduction, and of course, social security. That being said, we'll now be joined in the studio by Francis Osi Isedu, a business analyst joining us from Abuja. Thank you so much, Francis, for joining us.
Thank you so much. My pleasure to be here.
Our pleasure to have you as well, and compliment of the season to you.
Yeah, same to you.
All right, Francis, talking about the approval of the 2024 budget, how does this approval impact the overall, or let's say the budget itself? How does it impact the overall economic outlook of Nigeria?
Yeah, well, a budget is looking forward. Last year, a lot of things were not in place, but with better economic projections, we look forward to proper budget implementation. We look for spending, but from what we can see in the budget, government spending is not reduced, and we hope the budget will be implemented. And as it was going to sanction ministers that did not implement the budget. We want to see how it's going to do that. But generally, we look forward to good budgets for the country. And the most important thing is how the budget will trickle down to. No matter how good you say budget is, no matter how good the economic parameters and all the theories and all the figures posted and all the comments from World Bank and economists, if the budget does not have implications on the life of the average, it's not worth it. So what we're looking forward to is that this budget should be implemented in such a way that lives on the street will be.
All right, Francis, please hold that thought. We're going to go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Many thanks for staying with us on VSA. We're still talking about the 2024 budget that has just been signed by the President, Bola Tinubu, and I still have my guest with me, Mr. Francis. Thank you so much for still being here. Now, before the break, we're talking about the budget in general and how it's going to affect, or the impact it's going to have on the economic outlook of the country. Now, taking a look at that budget again, we understand that there is an additional 1.2 trillion naira that was added to the budget by the National Assembly. What specific sectors is set to benefit from the additional 1.2 trillion naira, and why was the money added in the first place?
Well, if you've been a follower of the Nigerian budget for years, you'll notice that this has always been an issue. Remember, under President Obasanjo, there was a big issue about this budget padding, though that's not the right word National Assembly people like using, but that's what it is. It's padded. And if you look at the convention in budgeting, especially if another authority is to approve budgets, what usually happens is the approving authority tends to want to cut the budget. It's rare to see where the approving authority is adding to the budget. It's in rare occasions that happen. But when you look at the Nigerian budget, it's always an issue that comes up every year, that the National Assembly will try to add monies to the the budget. One, the National Assembly are not the ones producing the budget. These budgets have been produced by MDAs, federal government agencies and ministries, and they've looked at their internal structures, they've looked at their needs before they came up with the budget. So for the National Assembly on their own to want to add to the budget, adding a whopping 1.2 trillion naira to the budget, that's not a small figure. And adding to the budget is seen by many people, allegedly, that is padding, that the National Assembly just wants to add monies to some aspects, some areas of the budget, so that extra money will be available for unnecessary things. We've been talking of the government reducing expenses. If you look at last year budget compared with this year budget, there is a difference of almost 5 trillion. 5 trillion. What are we doing with the extra 5 trillion? This does not trickle down to the average man on the street. I, for one, I'm not in support of that padding the budget or adding to the budget, because we don't see any effect of that padding. If we can say, oh, because of the padding, so and so has happened, because of the padding, people can see monies for extra goodies from government. Nothing like that. You just see that this budget will come, this budget will go, and the monies will be spent. No improvement on infrastructure, no improvement on the price indexes of things in the market. So what's the essence of budget? The essence of budget is for the people. So the addition to that budget, to me, is not necessary. That's the truth. It's not necessary, and only the National Assembly have their reasons for doing that.
All right. I want to say thank you, Mr. Francis Osi Isedu, a business analyst all the way from Abuja. Thank you for joining us and sharing your thought on this.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.